Aloe vera is the #1 ingredient in our BRI skincare products. In the next several minutes, we'll see firsthand what goes into making the very best skincare and nutritional products you'll find anywhere. Products worthy of the BRI name. Of the 200 or so species of the aloe plant, Aloe vera barbadensis Miller is the most healing, potent, and nutritious of all. Each leaf of aloe is harvested by hand. The yellowish sap, which we call the aloin, starts to drain from the leaf. The aloin is bitter and is not used in our BRI products. Instead, we want the leaf's pure natural aloe gel. After about 30 minutes, the cut aloe leaves are collected from the field and taken to the processing plant. On the processing line, each leaf is washed and the aloe fillet is removed. The aloe fillets are then pulverized, cold pasteurized, and turned into pure aloe juice. We've seen how the aloe is grown, processed, and cold pasteurized to make sure it's always fresh and at its peak. The aloe is then transported directly here to the laboratories to be made into our BRI products. Today, we're making our Gentle Freshener, Intense Moisture Cream, and Aloe Nourishing Shampoo. Like baking a cake, to make a product, we start with a recipe. For example, our BRI Gentle Freshener requires 15 different ingredients. Each ingredient is carefully measured in either pounds or grams, and all the ingredients are assembled here in the staging area using what we call a batch record. The batch record lists each ingredient and how much is needed to make a batch of a product, in this case, our wonderful Gentle Freshener. So, where do we keep the hundreds of ingredients that go into BRI products? This is the ingredient warehouse. On these shelves, stacked to the ceiling, are the pure natural ingredients we use every day to make the many products enjoyed by our customers. Here, a technician is weighing out an ingredient for the Intense Moisture Cream that we're making today. At this end of the ingredients warehouse is a separate quarantine area. We source our botanicals and other natural ingredients from all over the world, and even though we only deal with reputable suppliers, we want to make sure each and every ingredient is pure, natural, and of the very highest quality. When an ingredient is received, we review its certificate of analysis detailing where the botanical was grown, its pH, and other specifications. We then take a small sample into one of the labs. Hi Julie, how you doing?
Good.
Julie is our microbiologist here. Julie, tell us all about ingredient testing.
Okay. We take quarantine samples of all of the raw materials so we can check and make sure they meet all of their specifications. We check things like color and odor, pH, viscosity, and then I also do microbiological testing so I can check and make sure there's no bacteria or yeast or mold growing in the materials before we use them. We do a 2-day test for bacteria and a 7-day test for yeast and mold. And once I've made sure that everything's free from contamination, I go ahead and approve the materials and they're free to use them in the manufacturing.
Thanks, Julie. As we've seen, only after thorough testing will the ingredients be placed in the warehouse. So, let's go make some BRI Intense Moisture Cream. We've already seen how each ingredient in the recipe is measured to exacting standards. Here in the mixing room is where the ingredients are brought together. At the mixing tank, we pump in the aloe vera as the base. In most skincare products, such as those found in many department stores, the first ingredient is water. That means when you buy those products, you are mostly paying for water. Not so with BRI. Instead of water, we use pure aloe vera. Several other ingredients are then carefully added to the mix. The rate of the mixing and how long it takes is so precise, we use computer controls. Each step of the mixing process is programmed so there is no room for error of any kind. This first phase of mixing for this particular product requires 20 minutes. Mixing times vary depending on what we're making. In the meantime, other ingredients are mixed in another tank. When both mixtures are correctly prepared, the two are combined to make an emulsion. Then we use a special mixer to homogenize the cream, making it consistent and stable. The result is a high shear, ultra smooth cream. During this 45-minute process, we add botanical extracts, active ingredients, vitamins, and natural fragrances. Again, every step is precise and follows the recipe to the letter. And this way, our LeBri customers always receive consistent, excellent products that perform every time. Even with these safeguards, we want to make sure our quality is beyond reproach. So before a LeBri product is sent to the packaging line, it undergoes testing to exacting standards. We do this by removing a test amount from the mixing tank. In the quality control lab, we test the sample to make sure this new batch meets all of our exacting LeBri standards for quality. Here we test for viscosity, pH, consistency, color, and fragrance. Our Intense Moisture Cream meets the test. Like all of our products, it's been checked and double-checked for quality. Back in the mixing room, the product is pumped out of the mixing tank and sent to the adjoining packaging room. While we get ready for the packaging, the mixing tanks are disassembled and every part is cleaned and then sanitized with steam and sanitizer. Scrubbing pots and pans never appealed to me, so let's leave them to their work and go see how the filling and packaging is coming along.